My mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero. Let me adjust that mic. And we are back at it again for another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. But before we jump into that, I want to make sure that you have liked the video. That is my one request. Easiest, most freest way to support the channel and the platform is to hit me with that like or dislike for those of you who are hate watching. The other thing that you can do is if you've been here more than 2 times, hit me with that subscription and make sure you turn the bell notification down below to notifications all on. I don't spam my feed, which means I won't be spamming your feed, but it is important so that you know exactly when these videos drop so that you can be the first in the door, first like the video, first leave a comment, and just make sure you get the information sooner rather than later. Lastly, if you guys have been finding value in this, you've been here more than twice. This is for those of you who've been here more than twice. Share these videos. It also helps the platform, helps me out, helps out the people that you share the video with, because if you're getting game from this, you're getting value from this, I'm sure other people you know will get value from this, because it's no fun getting rich by yourself. So you got to have like your own little posse where you guys can watch the videos and have these conversations amongst yourself, because while I am documenting the journey over here, I am making these in a way to hopefully there's something for you guys to talk about with people that you care about. Now jumping into it, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. Obviously, the topic of discussion today is it too late to get into Bitcoin? And we're going to talk about that. But first, I'm going to pull to the screen because we got to talk about what's going on in these markets and give the crypto portfolio updates. First and foremost, Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 57.3%. Bitcoin's current price at the time of recording is $96,174. Bitcoin, we're running in a range, it's a little bit sideways. People are wondering if it's over, if it's dead, if we peaked at $110,000, if that's all we're getting, and man, they're hoping we go back up. I have zero concerns because the market is going to do what it during the cycle. It's not necessarily, while it's different than the previous cycles because there's just more money sloshing around, it's not that different. Look, they're doing the same manipulation that they've done every other cycle. It's going to do what it's going to do. I'm looking at these as fire sales. These are buying opportunities, and we just leave it at that. Ethereum dominance is at 9.65% down still. Ethereum gas prices are at 7.99 Gwei. Great time to do some trades on Ethereum. Low fees, sub 1. That's awesome. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. Moving on, top 3 trending coins. Oh my goodness. See, this, we're going to have a conversation about this. At number 1, we have Ethereum. At number 2, we have XRP. And at number 3, we have Ondo. This is a big change. And I want to have a conversation about it because I looked over, I got surprised. I didn't even pay attention to that. Normally, our trending coins have been meme coins or nondescript coins we haven't heard of. People coming into the market and just chasing, trying to get rich next Tuesday. What we are seeing now, the top 3 trending coins, number 1 and number 2, Ethereum and XRP, people are starting to wise up. This is, in my opinion, this is good because these people are going to have a shot. These people are going to make it. This is the part of the bull run that I'm here for. All the people who came in trying to get rich next Tuesday are now realizing that old reckless Ray Dinero was not lying when he said you should probably only be gambling with at max 30% of your portfolio. You are walking past hundreds and 1,000% gains trying to get tens of 1,000% gains so that you can be rich next Tuesday, and it's not going to happen most likely. People are starting to research the easy wins, the boring wins. And I'm here for it. That's when you know, like, money is starting to get put in places that matter. And I'm definitely here for it. Ethereum, a bunch of people said that it's dead. I've pulled up the DeFi Llama charts. You can look up the DeFi Llama charts yourself. All the money in DeFi, over 50% of it is sitting on Ethereum. It's not going anywhere. Your favorite coin is not dethroning Ethereum. It's not going to take that 53%. The next closest one is Solana, and it's under 10% of the market. It is what it is. XRP's on here. They got through their lawsuit. They have a real world use case. The people who are wanting XRP to compete with Ethereum, you are insane. There's so much money to be made for what their niche is that it's ridiculous. I'm still holding on to my bag of XRP. I want to see what it looks like peak bull run, because I know it's going to be higher. So I'm not selling those tokens. Like, I've got some old tokens I've been holding on to. Going to get those set up on the exchange, ready to go. We're not playing around with this stuff. Like, the easy wins. But people are getting shook out of the market. People are scared. Prices are not going the way that they want. Everybody thought it was going to be straight line up. There was a bunch of euphoria with the Trump pump. Things take a little bit of time in Congress. Like, you can't executive order every single thing. And, you know, market sentiment is what it is. Like, people are where they're at with things, which is fine. I'm fine with it because I'm still buying. Like, you don't have to buy. I'll buy. I'll take those positions. When you sell, I'll buy those coins too. Not give them back to you. But this is a big deal when we're starting to see legitimate projects on the trending list on CoinGecko. Shout out to CoinGecko. Now, moving on, we're going to get into these top 5 gainers and losers, and I'm kind of excited about this. Interesting. Okay, so at number 1 on the top 5 gainers, and I'm hoping that you guys get the experience of being on this list, we have at rank 935 Gronk with a gain of 73.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, we have at rank 649 Pepe Coin at number with a gain of 65.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 196 Golem with a gain of 54.1% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have at rank 867. We have T-Mac DAO with a gain of 51.7% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, at number 5, we have at rank 715, we have Pangolin with a gain of 41.4%. Now, those are Golem and Pangolin are very old projects, but they're in other portfolio lists that are portfolio lists of old that I was previously in, and it looks like those projects are getting a little bit of love right now. I'm liking it. Now we're moving over to the top 5 losers. Hopefully you are not on this list, but from the looks of things, it looks like some healthy retracements. I'm not seeing anything that looks very rug pully right now, but the coins that are on here, you never know. At number 1, you have at rank 896, you have Neuron with a loss of 31.3% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, you have at rank 980 M3M3 with a loss of 31.2% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, you have at rank 987 360 No Scope 420 Blaze It with a loss of 27.4% in the last 24 hours. And at number 4, at rank 808, we have Hopper with a loss of 25%, even in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, at number 5, we have why am I doing that? At number 5, we have Access Protocol with a loss of 17.8% in the last 24 hours. Now that's going to close that list out. Before we jump over into the next list, let's go ahead and get this bad boy going. Take a look over here to see what we got going on. We have our update. And the bleeding is continuing for the altcoins. We are down 1.75% on the day, or 1.7% on the day. Total profit loss, we are down 10.2%. We are just getting brutalized. Brutalized. Let's just come on over here and talk about it. We're going to go ahead and do the top 10, and then we'll talk about moves that we're going to be making in the portfolio. Ugly over here. It's ugly everywhere, though. All my portfolios are red right now. The traditional finance portfolio, which is heavily crypto tied, red right now. This portfolio, redder than that is right now. Like, it's just bad and then bad. It's bad and ugly. It's what it is. At number 1, we've got Solana, SOL. At number 2, we have Radium, RAY. At number 3, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 4, we have Injective, INJ. At number 5, we have Aave, AAVE. At number 6, we have Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token. That is always a mouthful. At number 7, we have Wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. At number 8, we have Superverse, SUPER. At number 9, we have Akash Network, AKT. And then last but not least, at number 10, we have Camelot Token Grail. Now, the moves that we're going to be making, we're kind of in chill mode. Camelot Token, I'm looking at potentially clipping this position because Arbitrum is not growing in the DeFi ecosystem. And I would rather have my money on a chain that the ecosystem is growing because you just have more opportunity to make money, which is what we're on Camelot Token and Arbitrum for. And we're not going to be able to do that. It's not that we're not going to be able to do that. It's just I don't want to be on a dwindling micro chain. I'm trying to, if I'm going to be doing income plays, I want them on a big chain that's growing, that has all the stuff, which is Ethereum or Solana or Bitcoin at this point. I mean, it's time to start looking at the Bitcoin ecosystem to see if they actually have DeFi set up on that. If they do, that would be kind of interesting and be something I'd be interested in as well. But yeah, so we're doing that. We're going to be getting rid of this Lido staked Ether position. That's ready to go into cold storage. Auditing down the USDC position. So that's going to change. Our farming positions, we've got Radium, a couple of other nondescript positions that we're looking at. And those are more actively managed. I normally try to get in there once a week to make sure that we're still within range and making money. I did not do that this week yet. And I'm considering doing it tonight. I'm going to have a little bit of free time since I'm recording a little earlier in the day. And, getting that sussed out, getting those moves made so that way we can get back into doing what we need to do within the ecosystem to get our investments done. Because obviously the reinvestments for crypto, since we stopped actively buying all of our Bitcoin standard portfolio stuff, we're in turtle mode, so there's not a whole bunch of extra money right now. We're just trying to pay off as much stuff as possible. I thought about pulling some funds to buy some additional investments, but then figured it was against my better judgment to do that, so I didn't this last paycheck. I'm kind of feeling some type of way about it, but I don't I just now crossed the threshold to where my traditional finance portfolio, that portfolio by itself in there, has crossed the threshold of where the investments have outgrown the debt that we kind of use to pay back slower to facilitate that. And I don't want to continue creating that debt problem. am trying to get that paid off so that way we can purchase a new car. So I don't want to carry a bunch of excess debt. I would prefer to go in that purchase debt-free and be able to focus all the money on paying that down as fast as possible and having that be the debt that's existing and not recreating this problem again. Granted, you never know life. That's how we got here in the first place, because realistically, we should have been sitting around $5,000 in debt anyway, and then we had the surgery. Fortunately, over 50% of that debt was asset-backed, and the assets are growing, and we're doing what we need to do, so that's good. Just getting through tax season, we got some moves that we got to make on that. We're no longer getting returns in the sense that I still get a state return, but I owe the Fed so much money that it eats up the state return anyway. So I'm getting money back, but I'm also having to kick a lot of money out because as you grow and start making money, you got to pay your taxes. pay your taxes. So we're in a space right now to where this year we took a hit on the taxes, but we made $15,000 more in income on paper, not growth of assets, actual income that came in, $15,000 more dollars than the year prior. So like that's a nice raise that I gave myself, and I'm proud of that. So you got to pay a little bit of taxes, which it turned out after everything was said and done, after the dust was settled, we ended up with, what was it? We ended up with $1,400 going back out. So it really, the tax issue really wasn't that much, because I always try to keep a little bit of prepayment in the hopper that I pull off my checks, because that's also pre-tax dollars, in order to keep my tax burden low. So like now we're in the strategic space where we're doing all the stuff that we can to keep that tax burden low. And I'm here for it. Like I like that. I'm excited about it. We're doing that. I've got the dividend payment. It was lower than what I was expecting, being the $1,400. Obviously, our income portfolio is kicking out over $2,000 a month. So we're gonna have some change left over. And we had 2 months of solid building. And so like we're gonna talk about that. It's going to be an interesting conversation. I'm really excited about it. We had some insights, some verifications, and it's going to be all good stuff. But what we're doing, most of the moves that we're making right now, until we do our DeFi cash outs, a lot of that is not going into individual positions anymore. It's going into cash producing positions. Like I'm trying to get ramped up before we have this major run up into things that are going to produce income, and we're going to take that income and then we'll be able to buy positions. But you got to maneuver your stuff over into those positions to be able to do that. So that's what we're doing with the portfolio. That's the update. We've got our top 10. We're bleeding. The crypto market's bleeding, and that is what it is. But let's go ahead and jump into the topic. And before we do that, we're going to do a little reaction. I'm trying to add a little bit more value, a little bit more content. So like I want to go ahead and let you guys get into the mind of old Reckless Ray Dinero over here. So we're going to do a YouTube shorts. You're going to see this on a lot of my content. I'm going to try and throw this in towards the end. Actually, you know what? Let's do it at the end. Let's not do that right now. We'll do that at the end. So is it too late to get into Bitcoin? My answer personally, based on my narrative and where I believe the market is going, is no. And the reason it's not too late is because everybody said it was too late when Bitcoin hit $10,000 for the first time. Oh, it's too late. It's too expensive. Like it's a bubble. It's going to pop. This is the top. This is it. I was buying Bitcoin then. Fast forward, first time Bitcoin hit $20,000. Same thing. This is it. It can't possibly go higher than this. I was buying then. Fast forward, Bitcoin hits $67,000. This is it. This is the top. It can't possibly go higher than this. It's over. Like this is it. Get out while you can. Fast forward to now, Bitcoin hits $110,000. Same conversation. The thing that's been consistent is Bitcoin is going up and defying expectations on what's possible every halving cycle in perpetuity. So for me, if I believe that Bitcoin's going to $1 million, and apparently I'm low on this assessment, but that's another 10x of growth. So no, buying at $100,000, buying at $90,000 really doesn't affect me that much. From a strategic standpoint, though, what we are doing is I'm getting a cash flow system set up to buy Bitcoin in perpetuity, which costs money. So I'm diverting a little bit of money out of buying Bitcoin directly, and we're kicking it over into cash flow during this bull run. Because I think we've got maybe one more good bull run where there's going to be an opportunity to do this, what I'm trying to do. And, you know, after this bull run peaks and we have wherever the dust settles there, I'm going to start buying like gangbusters. I'm going to be focusing heavily on getting as much Bitcoin acquired as possible. And you'll see money trickle in a little bit slower into the income funds. But, well, actually, no, what you'll see is you'll see us using a larger chunk of the income funds to buy Bitcoin is what's going to happen. But with that said, we are constantly looking at ways to maximize that. Like we're doing it on the traditional finance side, so that way we have something to burn off before the Bitcoin itself, because I don't want to ever be forced to buy or sell my Bitcoin. So we're doing a lot of leveraging on MicroStrategy. We're all in on MicroStrategy. It's a Bitcoin company. Their job is a Bitcoin acquisition and offer leverage on Bitcoin. So we're doing that. The Misty play, income to buy Bitcoin, to buy MicroStrategy. We're doing those things. MSTX, leverage on top of MicroStrategy's leverage, kicks it up a notch. Like how pro Bitcoin are you? How much of a believer are you? I have pretty high conviction. So I'm like, I'm all in. I want to ratchet that up as much as possible. Like I want to get as much of a return off that as I can during that window of time, because like everything's going to go to the moon. It's going to drag everything up. Is there risk associated? Absolutely. Am I willing to take it? Absolutely. So for me, with my narrative, since I believe it's going to $1 million, there's no reason to not buy right now. Like getting a 10x on your investment, nobody goes, oh, well, I didn't get the 500,000x up to this. They're going, oh, well, I still made 10x on my money. That's life-changing money. Life-altering money. End result, trajectory changing money. So no, I don't personally believe it's too late to get into Bitcoin, but other people might. Like if you think 110,000 was the peak, then like, yeah, it's too late. Like, I mean, the risk reward on that, it's like we're at 97,000. There's only so much up it can go, and like most people, like nobody can buy a whole one. So it's like, do you want that minuscule amount of gain if you believe that it's only going up to $110,000 and that's the be all end all of it? Then like, no, it's not a good investment for you. I personally believe that you would be wrong, and it's going to be regrettable, because there's never going to be a good time for those people to get in. Oh, I'm waiting for it to go back to $30,000. It's never going. You're not going to see that unless something has gone catastrophically wrong and the world is now broken. You're not going to see $30,000 Bitcoin again. It's over. The ship sailed. Good luck to you. Like maybe, I mean, if you live your life praying for black swan events, by all means, continue praying. But my perspective, you're not going to be seeing those numbers ever. I don't think we're going to be looking at a $50,000 Bitcoin ever again. I'm not seeing it. I don't think we're going to touch 60 ever again. Those ships have sailed. So for those of you who are waiting for that super deep dip and I'm going to buy it, you don't buy it anyways. When Bitcoin went to 67 and then dropped down to 60 and you didn't buy then, you said it was over, and like I was stupid. Well, look who's laughing now. Like I still got my Bitcoin. I've added to that Bitcoin holding position, and we're doing great. Net worth's going hand over fist every month, every year. We're doing better. And now we're focusing on increasing our income, doing better at that. We're killing that. If you're going to get involved in Bitcoin, there's never a better time than right now. The best time was yesterday. And the even better time was 2 days ago. Generally speaking, as historic memory serves. Like that's what it is. So is it too late? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you have to buy whole Bitcoins? No, you don't. You can buy fractions of it. If you've only got $100, you only got $10, you can buy $5 worth of Bitcoin on Cash App right now. You can also buy Bitcoin on Robinhood right now. You can also buy Bitcoin on PayPal right now. You can also buy Bitcoin on Venmo right now. And if you don't have any of those things set up, there's going to be a link down in the description below where you can get some sort of benefit. Like normally the stuff I have, my referrals are all stuff where like if you use my referral link, you get a little something extra. I know a lot of people don't like doing that. I've really gotten into it, because why would you sign up and get no bonus and no extra money and nothing out of it versus signing up and getting something just because somebody else is going to get something too? Like it's crazy. So like use my referral links down in the description. There's a bunch of stuff that I use regularly. I don't really shill specific projects. Everybody knows that I'm a Cash App advocate because there's some leverage plays that you can do there. We're doing some experimenting with Robinhood, and it's gonna be documented, because actually I'll explain that in the intro video for it. But it's gonna be documented. We're gonna be doing some stuff over on Robinhood, and if if they have a good referral system over there, we'll be utilizing that. Like anything that I actually use myself will be down in that description. Those tools will be down in there. And yeah, so we're going to move on to the reaction part of the show because you should know now. I say it all the time. It's not too late to get into Bitcoin. Yes, I'm still buying Bitcoin. At whatever price it is, if you ask me, I'll be like, yeah, it's still an option for me to buy. Like, or I'm setting something up to buy Bitcoin. Whatever. All roads lead to Rome. Bitcoin. Okay. So moving on. We're going to do our reaction. So let me pull this up. Get it up here for you. Let's see. Do they have a smaller one? No. Yeah, it's whatever. You guys will hear it. So here we go. Let's jump into this. I haven't watched it yet, so we're going to be live reacting together. Let's hear what this guy's got to say. Now, this is posted by DaVinci J15. Let's see what we got.
Many of you guys want to know which cryptocurrency to buy that's similar to Bitcoin when it was in 2013, because you think it's too late to buy Bitcoin. I get that feeling. It's very high. It's $60,000 per coin, and you feel that you want to hold a whole coin and you can't. I understand. Okay, so what cryptocurrency where you can buy it really cheap and see it go higher one day that is fundamentally sound? And I can tell you, Kaspa is one of them. I really think the technology behind Kaspa is unique and is going to work in a cash-based system. Many of you guys want to know.
Okay. Oh, Lord. They got me. They got me. I went based off the name of the video, and these are the people that you got to look out for. And I'm going to tell you why. These people shill these projects, and a lot of them are paid to shill these projects. And they're always promoting specific coins. And it's always a coin like this is going to beat Bitcoin. And it's always a conversation about, oh, well, like this is what we're doing. And this is Bitcoin in 2013. I was in Bitcoin in 2013. That's when I started. I started mining Bitcoin in 2013. And I didn't know what it was. I was just doing it as a test project. Somebody showed me the Bitcoin white paper. I was like, oh, this seems pretty interesting. Let me get involved. There's no second best in regards to getting in on that. So this is people buying a coin that's inexpensive and hoping that it goes up in price and they get to see a similar return to Bitcoin because then I can get rich next Tuesday. And it doesn't necessarily work like that unless you get lucky. Like, as somebody who's been in the market since 2013, the stuff that I'm trading, and I've said this multiple times because I'm fully transparent. Like, I have other holdings besides Bitcoin. And most of those holdings are subject to be traded off at any given point, with the exception of two, Ethereum and Chainlink. For me personally, those are my other two. To be sold off, to be converted into Bitcoin or Ethereum. Notice I didn't say Chainlink. If I want more Chainlink, I buy that. This is how people lose money. And they want to argue with me. Oh, I could have made this on this run. And it's like, you don't know what to do with the money anyways. Because like, obviously you don't know how this works. Governments are not buying Kaspa. Shout out to Kaspa though. It's a cool project. It's had staying power and it's got a good community and they keep paying these shillers to keep shilling it. But I don't hear big news about Kaspa outside of these little YouTube videos where they're getting a lot of traction because you can get into the crypto space by talking about anything and then comparing it to Bitcoin. It's going to knock Bitcoin off. It's going to replace Bitcoin. Oh, in a cash-based system. We're in a cash-based system now. It sucks. If you're in a fiat system, period, it sucks. Your wealth is being stolen from you via inflation and taxes. And the fact that they can just shut you down. They're trying to get rid of cash. Because then when it's digital, they can really turn your money spigot off. There's no replacement for Bitcoin. Governments are not buying Caspa. States are not making sovereign wealth funds based on Caspa. They're doing it with Bitcoin, like you follow the money. And to his other point about, oh, you can't get a whole one, have fun staying poor. Like, if that's really where your head's at, like, I've got it. I don't care how much the number goes up. I don't care if my $100 turns into $10,000. It doesn't say one whole Bitcoin. So I don't like it. I want something I can get a bunch of so I can feel like I'm doing something. Like, cool. That's also probably why you're broke. Honestly, that's the reason you need Caspa to go up like Bitcoin did so that you can get rich next Tuesday. You are going to lose in this market because there's a million of these guys. Like, no offense to him. I mean, it's just these guys, but that shill and get paid on the back end to shill these crappy coins. And it's not necessarily that Caspa is a crappy coin, but like they're shilling you stuff and giving you this pipe dream that, oh, Caspa is going to do what Bitcoin did. Caspa is going to be around. We don't know that. No one does. That's not to say that it couldn't happen, but like, we don't know. They don't know. And publicly, we're not getting any information to even back that up, aside from a bunch of people and the coin founders themselves shilling the product, which who's going to say that their coin sucks besides Justin Sun when he called his project Tron an S coin and told people to buy it when he was drunk at the club. But outside of him, no one's going to say that blatantly. They're not going to be like, yo, I made this and I just need you guys to buy it so I can get some money. There's no other second best. You make your long-term holdings, and if Caspa's on your long-term holding list, God bless you. Like, good luck to you. Let me know how that plays out. But I'm not seeing BlackRock buying Caspa. I'm not seeing any of the other metrics that some of these other coins have. They're not internationally used by banks and institutions. XRP at least has that. When it comes to listening to people on the internet, including myself, you might want to do your own research or you're going to end up broke, because there's wolves out here that are just going to lead you to the slaughter, and they're getting paid. Speaking of which, if you want to pay me to give my honest opinion about your projects, shoot me an email. But first of all, I'm going to let people know, and I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to lie. Like, if bad publicity is good publicity, then like you found the guy. Cause like, if it seems like a crock of BS, I'm going to say that. And as my opinions change, because I'm not a fan of Solana, but I think we're going to make some money this year. And I say that, and there's a bunch of people who really believe in that project. And you know what, to be honest, I enjoy using the chain. I can even go that far. It's a very well-built product, but it's not decentralized, and they got to reboot it every once in a while. And it's kind of annoying when you have tens of thousands of dollars sitting in somebody's DeFi ecosystem and you don't have access to it because they're rebooting it. Like, that doesn't bode well with me. I don't have that problem on Ethereum. I don't have that problem on Arbitrum. I don't have that problem on Optimism. I don't have that problem on Polygon or most of the other chains that I use that are L2s off Ethereum. Like, I don't have a reboot issue where I don't have access to my money. So it's what it is. What's it good for? Well, right now, while it's not having to be rebooted all the time, it's great for use of the ecosystem. There's a lot of ability within the DeFi space because all the energy and activity that they have going on over there with the meme coin craze and all the other things that they're doing. There's a lot of opportunity to make some good income over there. So yeah, we're there for it. Is it a long-term holding? Am I high convicted? No, I am not. I'm going, hey, during the bull run, this is going to do well. The VCs are going to get their money back, and I'm going to get some of that money too, and it's going to turn into Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's that simple. Might keep some of it, might keep some of the house money in play and have that ride out over there. But like, I'm not about to tell everybody that every single play. I mean, we've got some duds. We've had some bust outs this year. Fortunately, we've had better winners. We won harder than we lost. Like, that's just how this game works. But you got to do your own research. You got to actually use this stuff. Like if you're just buying coins and having them sit on Coinbase or Gemini or whatever exchange you use, crypto.com, any of those, then you don't know what's actually going on. You don't know if this chain actually works. If you're not tapped in on DeFi Llama to see if they actually have money sitting on those chains, and you're just believing people when they're like, oh, Solana's going to take out ETH, when Solana has 8% of it's like 8 or 9%, under 10% of the DeFi space, and Ethereum has the other 53, and they're competing with other people for them little 10% slivers amongst themselves. They're not taking nothing from Ethereum. But you'll believe anything that you're told because you don't do your own research. You're not looking. And I'll look and show you the receipts over here. Also, you listen to people that blatantly don't know what's going on chain because they don't use them. Like people who say Cardano, oh, they're doing something. Like, not in the DeFi space. It doesn't exist. Oh, Cardano's going to connect to Bitcoin. Bitcoin barely has a DeFi space. What's Cardano going to do for that? Like, it's just wild. It is wild. And so, you know, when you have things like that going on, like, it doesn't surprise me at all that a lot of people end up leaving thinking everything's a scam in this market because there's not people that are telling you the truth or people that are telling you what they're paid to tell you. And we're going to close it out on that. You guys got to do your research. Don't listen to anybody, myself included. Take everything with a grain of salt. Ask questions. Do these people respond? Because I respond to all my comments, but like my community is much smaller. If I was getting thousands of comments, I wouldn't be able to respond to them all. I'm not going to pretend like I would sit here and just respond to them all. Like that's not me. I wouldn't do it. But like I would sift through it. I would respond to some. Like these people ain't getting down in the comments because they're just putting out what they're putting out, collecting their check and walking. They're not caring about their communities. They're not cultivating the community unless they have something to sell you. And so, you know, we're grassroots over here. We're building small. And like, while we're building small, like I don't have anything to sell you because I'm actually doing these things. So I'm actually making money. So I don't need to make money here. If we could grow and I could get some ad revenue, that'd be dope. But like, you know, like it is what it is. Do your own research. And if you're not taking your investment portfolio seriously and you're just taking everybody's word for it, you're going to get not good results, most likely. Most likely. So take care of yourselves, take care of your portfolios, take care of your health. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. And until next week, this is another great episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. Thank you for tapping in with me, and we are out. Peace.
Money on my mind. Yeah. Focus, got no time for games. Nah, I don't play it, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.